I am a Hebrew Apostolic, and my mission is to bring all men back to the worship of the one and only true Elohim, who is Yah. It is also to stir up and wake up the Hebrews so that they would know who they are, why they're here, and do what they're here to do. So today my discussion, my issue, is the Hebrews' historical propensity towards covenant breaking. So we don't call this video covenant breaking. The story begins with Yah sending his people into Egypt, and they began to thrive. And then after a period of time, Pharaoh has God's people, and Elohim's people are free, but now they're made slaves. And Elohim tells Pharaoh, "Let my people go." At that time, Elohim makes a covenant with his people and gives them a land, the land of Israel. But they broke the covenant, and the northern kingdom is exiled. All 10 tribes are dispersed across the Assyrian kingdom, but 2 of them remain. Now Judah and Benjamin, together with some of the priests and Levites, are left in the land, and they break the covenant too. And now they're shipped off to Babylon. And after 70 years, Elohim has mercy on them and returns them into the land, because Messiah would come through the line of Judah. So now they're in the land, and they return, they renew the covenant, but again they become unfaithful to the agreement, so that after again sending prophets, Elohim decides to stop speaking to them for a whole 400 years. After 400 years, Yeshua comes, and he prophesies that judgment is coming because the people have missed the time of their visitation. In other words, they missed the time of accepting Messiah. And as a result, we find that 70 years later, Vespasian and Titus ransacked the temple, kill over 500,000 Hebrews, and enslave the ones that they caught. But there are a group of people who remember the prophecy of Yeshua and run for the hills. Some of them go up into southern India, some of them go round towards East Africa, and some of them go round towards West Africa, and they end up in Sub-Saharan Africa, set up kingdoms, set up tribes, set up peoples. But they came with their laws, with their engineering, with their military prowess, with all of their documentation and their habits, their culture, and they settled in Africa. The good thing about this was that they didn't look any different from the indigenous Africans, but the indigenous Africans knew that they were not indigenous Africans. These were Semitic people, and they looked just like the Africans because they were black. I tell you what else happened. There was a confederacy, a discussion of some kind, because it's very weird that on the East Coast you don't get the Europeans going around there and enslaving the people, but rather the people of Islam seem to have taken dominance over the eastern coast of Africa, while the Europeans took authority over the western coast. They found us there, they found the people of Israel there, and they targeted them. You can find this on the 1647 map of the west coast of Africa. You'll see the kingdom of Judah on some of those maps. You'll see other tribes of Israel on some of those maps. And so what we have in that case is that there is a conspiracy that was devised against the people of Israel, and they targeted them, enslaved them, and before too long, oh, by the way, they settled in places like Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, Mali, and other nations. And when the slave ships arrived in the 1600s, they found that the Aboriginal people were willing to trade the children of Israel. These peoples, though they've escaped the Roman Empire, though they had settled in Africa, they would not escape the Europeans, who are a representation of the Greeks and the Romans, which were assigned by God to bring judgment upon them. The Hebrews are then themselves judged. Slavery is a part of the curse.